Let's take a look at today's headlines from Houston. I'm Sherman Chow. KHOU 11 has been putting a spotlight on recycling collection woes here in Houston, and we're starting to see results. Here's a look at where we've heard about delayed collections. Our Victor Jacobo went to a neighborhood in Montrose's west side, which finally got a pickup.
The sights and sound of recycling collection is a welcomed relief for residents in this Houston neighborhood.
We're thrilled.
Very happy.
Happy to have our bins back and empty.
Indeed.
Roy and Kristen Schlinker have waited for about a month to have their recycling waste collected, leaving them to find temporary solutions.
We've been putting some in the neighbors because they don't always fill theirs up.
Others say the severity of the delays is not what they're used to. Have you ever seen recycling delays kind of like this bad before?
We've lived here for about 3 years, and I've never really seen the delays like this.
According to 311 data, there's been more than 7,400 service requests for missed recycling pickups in June alone. Compare that to just over 3,000 in May and more than 1,600 such requests in April. While these residents celebrate empty green bins, there's uncertainty about what happens next. There's hope that you don't have to go through this again with delayed.
Very definitely.
I'm not very optimistic, but I'm hopeful.
Officials have told KHOU 11 that the cause of the spike in delays has been a mix from holidays to trucks needing maintenance and a new interim director for solid waste management implementing new systems.
Does this surprise you, seeing the current delay, knowing the issues you know that the department has had in the past?
Yeah, no, it unfortunately, it doesn't surprise me.
I spoke with former solid waste management director Mark Wilfalk. He told me the issues at solid waste span across several mayoral administrations. In the past, he has and continues to call for more funding for the department to help with staffing, equipment, maintenance, and more.
That solid waste has to become more of a priority for the city of Houston in order to resolve some of the issues that they're experiencing now.
It is becoming pretty clear that there is a big problem with broken elevators at apartment buildings across the Houston area. And ever since we started reporting about this issue about 2 months ago, we've been getting emails from residents almost every day struggling with the same issue. Cheryl Lawrence is just one of the latest people to reach out to us. She lives at the Life at Sterling Woods Senior Living Apartments in Southeast Houston. She says her elevator has been out of service for weeks, and that became a huge problem a few days ago. But Lawrence had to go to the hospital, and paramedics had to carry her down the stairs.
One in the back pulling me down and one in the front helping me. And that's hard it's heavy, I know it is to them. But that's the only way they can get me back up and down. I don't know what to do. Just pray and hope we can get our elevators fixed so we can get up and down. It's just hardship every way.
A property manager told our Troy Kless the elevators have been undergoing planned maintenance since June 16th. It should be finished by July 3rd, a week away. We're getting a new pilot program that will hopefully lower the temperature inside Metro bus shelters in a neighborhood that gets hotter than most in Houston. Our Stephen Goen went to the Gulfton area on the southwest side to check it out for himself.
At a handful of bus stops in the Gulfton neighborhood, you may notice the changes. Bus shelters now renovated with perforated side panels designed to keep things a little cooler.
The objective is to see if that would accommodate additional airflow and potentially reducing temperatures inside the shelter.
The project starting in a community where urban heat mapping shows the temperature can be up to 14 degrees hotter than the rest of Houston. Last year, we spoke to community activist Sandra Rodriguez about the issue.
I've talked to residents where they're standing at the bus stop and they're so hot that they feel like fainting.
So far, 12 shelters have been upgraded. Kenneth Brown with Metro Houston says multiple recent studies conducted on heat stress at local bus stops prompted the changes.
That was what was cited as an issue, was that inside the shelter, it appeared to be hotter inside the shelter than it was outside of the shelter.
At each of the renovated shelters, Brown says there are also temperature gauges to track the results, but as of now, testing still being done. At this stage, Metro Houston says they've only seen a 1 degree difference inside these new bus shelters, so we wanted to check for ourselves. Outside, we're seeing surface temperatures of about 126 degrees, but inside it does appear to be cooler. Surface temperatures, about 111. Do you think these updated shelters could help?
Yes, very much so.
Kevin Lanza with UT Health Houston has studied how different shelter designs affect heat. In research published in March, he found that trees and glass-sided shelters offered the most cooling, but he says this new approach has promise.
Sounds like this perforated shelter design may be supportive in lowering temperatures if it allows for wind to pass through and if it allows for radiation to escape outside of the shelter.
In addition to reducing the temperatures at its current shelters, Metro says it's building more across Houston with a goal of installing 2,000 additional shelters over the next 5 years. In Houston, Stephen Gowen, KHOU 11 News.
A brand new drive-through coffee shop brewing up a lot of buzz, claiming to be the fastest in the world. Our Marcelino Benito went to Cypress to check it out and found out what happens if they aren't as fast as advertised.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
When you pull up to Roadrunners.
First time, welcome, guys.
It's game on.
Let's make it happen.
The new drive-through coffee shop challenges itself with every single customer.
Faster free, baby.
Their pledge is on the sign out front and brewed into their culture.
As simple as it sounds, we're gonna put our money where our mouth is on speed. What it means is 1, 2, or 3 drinks. By the time you finish your order, we'll have it out to you in 60 seconds. If not, we'll comp your drinks. They'll be free.
4 to 6 drinks, they guarantee it in 90 seconds.
We're definitely the world's fastest drive-thru. So we have aspirations to set the world record.
These timers right here now a big part of the experience here at Roadrunners, and all eyes on this timer. Once time runs out, if your drink's not out, it's free. The folks here tell me it doesn't happen that often.
It's about, twice a week. It's usually a milkshake.
That's only about 0.5% of the time.
The Cleopatra iced latte.
The menu features everything from iced lattes to matcha or milkshakes. Jonathan Kay, Roadrunners founder and CEO, says speed can never compromise quality.
Your product has to be great. You have to have a delicious drink. You've got to have a good service. But we think we can hit all 3 heads of that and also guarantee speed.
Tell me a little bit about the concept, the idea, how it sort of came to life.
So my background is Chick-fil-A. This is where I learned my hospitality, my excellence, and it gave me an appetite that just kept growing to do something great in this industry.
So far, customers buzzing.
What do you think about the concept?
Oh, I love it. I don't even think the timer got like halfway down. I mean, they were like out with the drinks, like I would say like probably 15 seconds after I paid. It was crazy.
In just 3 short months, they've managed a perfect rating on Google with more than 1,000, mostly 5-star reviews.
It's a lot of fun, especially if you order a lot of drinks and we come out like within 10 or 15 seconds. It's like, how did you even do that? And I think the test is really once people try the drinks and they're shocked in awe of how good they taste.
2 drinks right here.
Just how they managed to crank out up to 3 drinks in under a minute.
That was fast.
How fast was that?
Over and over again from 6 a.m. to midnight. Still a mystery to customers.
I feel like part of them maybe wanted time to run out, maybe.
Oh yeah, and I think that's okay. Like if you do get a free drink, I feel like that's still a great thing. It's like, okay, I'm gonna come back. That wasn't too bad.
Jonathan not spilling any speed state secrets, but is planning 2 new locations for next year.
Oh, enjoy that milkshake, okay?
Business booming.
Do what you have in.
Faster than even they ever expected. In Cypress, Marcelino Benito, KHOU 11 News.
Under 60 seconds, it's like a magic trick. All right, that's a wrap of your Houston headlines. I'm Sherman Chow.